Hello everyone, good day. Still me, Coach Nelson, Sonography Sadi, CEO. So in today's video, we'll be making a social media flyer, yeah, musical shout outs, right? So let's make it very simple and unique. So let's get started. Okay, so without any delay, I'll just go ahead to my Pixelab, open up a page on my Pixelab. Okay, so the page is set now for our designs, right? So the page is set. So mm actually, what I wanted to do is I want to write stuff up here. I will edit it as musical, but the musical is going to be double Z, all right? Musical shout out. It's actually a program. Okay, so I will copy it. Okay, let me delete this first. This particular musical, I want to make it artistic. Okay, so I'll just go to font. I'll go to font, uh, and select this particular font, the mem official. You see that font right there. So that's the font I'm going to be selecting, the mem official. Okay, so that's it. All right. So look, did you see what I did? The mem official. Look at it here. Let me indicate. Oh, that's it. Okay. So you click on it. Okay. All right. So after that, you go ahead and select the font size. Okay. So you make the size. Let's say 80 should be 180 should be okay with what I'm planning to do. 180 should be okay. 180 180 should be okay. Yeah, 180 is nice. Okay, so this is what I actually want to derive at. 180 is nice. Okay, so that's for it. Then let me input our grid. My designs won't exceed this. My design won't also exceed this. Okay, all right. So that's okay. So now I'll go ahead and give it a color. Let me give it a black first. All right. Okay, so I will duplicate. I will go to my style, make it italics. Okay, so whenever you're working on a test and you find out that some part is being hidden or some part has cut, so don't panic. What you do is just when you click on the test, you go to your padding. You look for padding somewhere close here. Yeah, padding. See padding right here. You go to your padding. So when you click on your padding, the right, depending on where the cutting is coming from, is from the front. That means it's left, but it's coming from the back, and that's the right padding. So you click on the plus sign. Click on the plus sign to increase the padding until you get the whole thing done. All right. So that's how you can be able to do that. Now, what else do I really want to do? Like, now I want to rotate this. Watch me very closely. I want to rotate this. Do you see the rotation? So while I'm rotating, I'm also watching my grids to ensure that it's aligned. Do you see that? I'm also watching to ensure that it's aligned. So you find out that the space between each, the space between the line and the space between the line and my L there actually aligns. That means it's balanced. Yeah, it's actually balanced. So I will just go ahead and maybe take it up somewhere here. All right. So I think it's okay like this. So now I will copy this. So this is actually what I wanted to get. I'll keep it right there. So I will now copy this. I will copy this, bring it down to the same size. So now the next I'll go to edit, then edit the second one to be shout out. All right, shout out in capital letters. Shout out. Sorry, in small letters rather. In shout out. All right. Okay. So now find out that maybe the T actually steps down, so I'll move it up a bit. All right. So now, but let me delete this. Then the music code, before I start doing whatever thing I'm doing, I want to go to the spacing. Look at the spacing I'm talking about. The spacing right here. The spacing. I'll go to the text spacing and bring it close. Maybe -2 is okay, or -3. It's perfect. Yeah, it's okay on -3. Leave it on -3. Okay. So don't take it other than -3. So let me still adjust my grid lines. Let me bring up my grids. Delete this. So let me adjust my grid lines. Okay. Right. Let me take this here. Okay. So all right. So that's for it. I think we are set. Okay. So now I'm free to duplicate. I'm free to duplicate. So I can just copy. Okay. Bring this down here. Then the same man, I will just go ahead and click on shout out. Shout out. Okay. All right. That's nice. So now you will notice that the shout out is longer than the musical, right? So what do I really need to do? Maybe to balance it up or to align it in a proper space. You just have to think of what you can do just to get it all done. All right. So I will reduce. I'll go to size and reduce this to 170. Did you see that? So reducing this to 170 will create something nice. Okay. So I think it's okay this way. Reducing this to 170 actually brings it up. So I will now bring this closer small. All right. So as I'm bringing it closely, I'm actually watching. You see the line, the letter M and the letter H actually aligning them together. That's creativity. Then the letter I and the T actually aligning them together. The A, the U. All right. You see the alignment right there. Okay, so the Z and the U might not really match because of it's them, but these two components right here, do you see how it's actually aligning? Okay, so that's creativity for you. So when you watch this, sorry, so when you watch this also, you will now find out that there's also a uniqueness there. Then the interception of the Z, you see that? So it actually bisects. So I'm not a mathematics student, anyhow you see it. Okay, so that's for it. Now, I can let me take it up a bit. Position 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's nice. So now, I actually want to bring in an image to this our design. So I'll just go to import, go to my design gallery. All right, I have on my downloads. I think I have it on my downloads. I'll go to my downloads and search for the particular image I want to bring in. All right, this is the image right here. So, oh, what happened? Downloads. Okay, so this is the image right here, right? So I'll just crop. I'll just remove the unnecessary part of the image. Okay, so the image is actually inside our design right now. So for the image, let me use this specific size so that you can actually use it at the same time, so you don't get your work complicated. You can use 64 for the width. Then for the height, let's say 79. You see that? Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so that's pretty much cool. That's pretty much cool. So now you go to your relative position. Watch here closely. Relative position. You select the center alignment. This is the center alignment and at the middle. Click on it. You see how it actually positions your image at the center of your page. So now go to the move to, leave it on 6 pixels and move it down a bit. One, two, three. Okay. So while moving it down, keep on watching your design while moving it down to actually see how creative it might tend to be. So now my target, look here closely. So see my target here, to form that perfect figure at the ear right here. So I actually got what I needed here. So I think that's a perfect position for it. So I'll just go ahead and lock it. I'll go ahead and lock this, lock this. Okay. So what else do I really? The design is, with this I'm okay. All right. So with this I'm actually okay with whatever thing I'm doing. So now I actually want to give it a background. Okay. Yeah, I actually want to give a background, put a background to it. Yeah, I want to add a background. So I'll just go to the background space. I'm not using a custom background, so I'm using the background from here. So I'll just click on that place, then go to color. See color right there. So I'll go to color. All right. Then click on gradients. So when I click on gradients, I can click on my cross sign, select whatever gradient I want to select. But now, watch what I'm doing. See the one you're going to click on. This. All right. So that's where I clicked on. So now, for this particular first color, this is the first color, why this is the second color, the bright part. This one is the bright part, why this one is the thick part. All right. So that's it. So if I click there, I will find that you will notice that there is a red, a yellow, a nature color that appeared under it. So when I click on this one, you will now notice that yellow um sign there is also on this. So I'll just click on the first one, click on the color. All right. Let me go ahead and edit. I actually want to pick a color from the clothes. I can pick a color from the clothes. Okay. Okay, see that. But now I just want to give you a custom color so that we can move fast with our designs. So let me give you a custom color, the one that you'll be using for this particular design. So you type E9 E91 E63. All right. So you say okay, okay, okay. So that's it. Then you come to the lighter part and select a color. Let's edit this and keep it on FA 95 BD. All right. So you click on the blue button after you are done doing whatever thing you are doing. Click on the blue button there to indicate that you are done. Okay, it changes to this. Okay, okay. So that's it. Then the next thing, you are not done yet. All right, you are not done yet. So the next thing you're going to do is move this. Watch me. You see this? You're going to move this particular circle from up here, from the down to somewhere around there here. Look at what I did. Somewhere around there. Don't cross it to the middle of the design and don't bring it to the center. So this is the center, right? So take it down a bit. From the center, you take it down a bit somewhere here. It's not up to. So let's say this is half of our shape and this is also the middle. So between this, inside of that square, that's where you're going to put, uh, leave it to be. Okay. Did you see that? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's awesome. All right. So I can make some adjustments to it. Maybe bring it down a bit. All right. So okay. Depending on how you really want to keep make your design to be, that's it. So that's really wonderful. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to add a shape. The radius, I will uh make the radius 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, increase the radius to somewhere around 20. Let me round it up with 20. All right, or 22. Okay, 25 will be better. 25. All right. So 25 is nice. Okay. So for the color, I can equally choose this particular color. All right, so I can just choose this particular color for it. Okay, so just watch me closely. I can just choose that color, then bring it somewhere here. The rotation is too much, so while rotating I will also watch this to see if I'm still on alignment. Okay, so I'll bring it up here. I'll duplicate it, I'll copy it, then bring the copied one here. All right, so this one I will reduce it a bit and bring it somewhere around here. So now you find out that the picture I actually imported doesn't make any impact to our design. So I'll just click there and go to uh, shadow. Okay, I'll give it a shadow. I'll actually increase the shadow. The blur radius, I'll bring it back to 9. Then we are good to go. You see that? So our effect has actually added value to our design. Okay, so now the next thing is for me to click on this particular other design. Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and click on go to the edit back and choose a color. Can choose white for it. Okay, you see that? So that's really awesome. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll import a test. I'll bring in a test. Let me zoom in. Okay. Oh, what exactly do I really? Okay, I can just say save the date. Save the date. So the funny thing is that when typing, look at the date that just appeared on my keyboard. uh when typing, a date just appeared on my keyboard. All right, so I can just click on the calendar date, July 17. It actually says, it actually means a lot to my design. Okay, so I'll just click on it directly, and Pixelab saves it the way you actually make it to be. So I'll just rotate this in the same manner with the upside, trying to align it. All right, so I can zoom in well. All right, so I will try to align it until I get it perfect. So I will zoom in away. So I will just take this to wherever place I want to take it to. Then I can give the size 20 or 19 is okay. All right. So the position, I will just take it somewhere around the middle. Okay. So I will come over to this other shape and copy this particular shape. At first, so for me to see whatever thing I'm doing, I'll just give it a black. I'll actually give it a black. Let me give it a black first so that we can be able to see whatever thing we're doing. All right, so now for this I will rotate it to align. All right, so for this I can edit and say party hard till mama calls. All right, till mama calls. All right, so no African time, no African time. All right, then I can also make this size, make it somewhere around 18, then keep it in the same manner right there. All right, so there's not really much thing to do about this particular design. Then I can zoom in. So you see what we have actually arrived at. Okay, so I can equally bring this back down a bit, this also down a bit. All right, so this is what we've actually obtained from this particular design. Okay, so let me use my ruler to, okay, that's perfect. So I will make this text italics style, italics. This also I will italize it. go to my style, italics. Okay, so I will zoom in so that I can style this well. Right. Okay, so bring it to the middle of the design. All right, then I will now zoom in. Okay, so our design, we've actually transformed our design into a new face. Okay, so now you will notice that this is the particular, and this is one of the reasonable parts of the design which I'm about to teach you right now. So you just stay focused and watch me closely while I do this. The black color on the pink, it's actually nice, not really bad, but now I want to transform it to a white color. Okay, so for me to do that, I'll just let me lock up these other designs, and then unlock these other ones, then click on musical first, give it a white. I'll give it a white color. Okay, you see that appears even more better. So let me lock the shout outs and leave the musical. So I've actually given the musical white. Then I will go ahead and duplicate it by copying. Copy. So I'll try to drag this musical that I just copied in front of the old musical covering my picture. It doesn't really matter. So what I have to do is I'll go to, on the new one I imported in front of the picture, I'll just go to color. When I go to color, I click on this transparent. I'll click on this transparent. All right. I'll click on the transparent. Sorry, my bad. Okay, let me assume that there's nothing like, see the kind of transparent you're going to click on, this particular one that doesn't have any color. That's where you click. But let's assume that I actually came here and I couldn't find his only color that I saw. I was able to see the transparent because I've actually worked on something familiar. Okay, so for you that are just starting it newly, you can't really get it right there. You may or you may not. So let me show you what you're going to do. Let's assume you're still having this particular white color, or maybe this color. You're still having this particular color. So what you're going to do is click on the plus sign. If you click on the plus sign, this, you drag this last one to the end, to the first, to the beginning. That's the left hand side. Okay, so you notice that there's nothing like color again on the design. You go ahead and click on the mark button. Okay, so for you to also give the effect we are actually looking for, you now scroll to the end, okay, until it gets to stroke. So whenever it gets to stroke, this stroke right there, when it gets to stroke, you click on stroke, turn it on. So when you turn it on, you've gotten a view of what I'm actually trying to explain here. So the stroke width, watch me here. The black, we don't really need the black. The stroke width, I'll reduce it to 1. Sorry, 1. All right. So not just reducing it to 1, I'll give it a white color outline. Did you see that? I'm not just giving it a white color outline. I'll also click on the plus button, reduce this so that the outline won't be much. Reduce this somewhere in line with this cancel. See that? In line with this cancel, at the middle of the cancel. So I will say okay. Did you see that? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So now I have to zoom in. I have to zoom so that I can actually align it. If you leave it this way, it's still a pattern, but if you want to make it to align, you can actually make the two letters to align. All right. Okay, so it's actually aligning. That's perfect. So that's the our target. I'll go ahead and lock it. Then click on shout out. Then duplicate the shout out. Sorry, I'll delete this. I have to delete this. Sorry for the shout out. I have to delete it. All right. So before I go ahead and give shout out a duplicate, I'll first of all give it a white color. All right. So when I do that, I'll now duplicate, copy. So I'll bring this also in front of the old one, covering our picture. Okay. So I'll go ahead the same manner, go to color. I've already gotten it here, so no need for me to start afresh to do the transparency again. I'll just go ahead and click on this particular one. Okay. So I'll also go to my stroke. then reduce it to the 1, then also give it a white color. Click on the plus button, drag this last one to in line with N on the cancel. So when you're watching closely here, you notice what I'm doing. You understand? Okay. 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 That's wonderful. So with this, we are done with for everything we will not do. Okay. So that's for it. All right, guys. There's nothing more. There's no much. There's no much stress on making designs. You can make any design at any given opportunity. It's all about you thinking straight, thinking creative, and think outside the box. Even when the boss is not there, you think every fucking time just to create something out. All right. So now I can just bring in maybe my brand logo, stuff like that, and you know, um, I might decide to bring in my brand logo. Uh, okay, let me use the white one. All right. So I can just zoom so that I can be able to get a clearer view of what I'm doing. Yes, I will resize this, continue resizing it, then I'll just drop it at the left hand side there. No, doesn't make any sense. I will just take it up. Yeah, I will take it up. I'll take it up with this two. I'll just drag to the end, then take it up to the right. So, all right, guys, that's for that. So I really appreciate your time, your efforts, and commitments in being a better version of yourself. So there's no much stuff. Okay, I can actually add some, some element to actually beautify our design. I'll just go to imports, go to my download. I think I have some elements that I can actually use. Can actually use an element maybe to just okay. So I can use this. Let me bring this in. Yeah, let me bring this in. So at first, let me work with this first one. I think working with this will be nice. Let me work with this. Okay, this first one will be okay. Okay, so you now notice that it's actually having a background, all right? So just go ahead and click on erase color. Okay, so when you click on the erase color, you reduce the tolerance. Sorry, trying to increase the tolerance to somewhere around the tolerance should be somewhere around 25. Okay, so the smooth edge should be only 2. Okay, so now I'm okay with it. I can rotate this. All right, so when I rotate it, I'll just keep it somewhere here, then send it to back, send to back. I'm not just sending it to back, then I will have to drag it up to be directly at the back of this image. Okay, so I want it to be on top of the musical, but actually um directly at the back of the image. You see that? So now I can duplicate this also, reduce the size to its simplest form. So when I reduce the size, I can just rotate it this way. So when I rotate it this way, I'll just so that angle of the A right there, I'll just make the artistic test right there. That's you see how I positioned it in a way that is actually coming from inside the coming out from the A itself. Okay, so that's how you can be able to make stuff like that. All right, guys. You just go ahead and save your projects. Save as project musical shout out to. I think I have one. So musical shout out to. Okay. So that's all. So you just go ahead and also click there, save as image, maybe very high, save to gallery. So, like I always tell you, whenever you are done with your designs, always go to the three dots up here, click on exit to exit your designs, alright? So, so whenever I go to photos, I can equally find whatever. See what I just did. So this was the first one I did, actually made before preparing this class. Then this is what we got. So you now notice that even this we just did now is actually more beautiful than what I actually did initial time. You see that? So there's much and there's more to learn with Bright School Academy with Sonac Network. All right. So do stay tuned, guys. Do stay tuned. This is very very awesome, very very beautiful. All right. This is very very really really awesome and amazing. It's actually an amazing design. Okay. So uh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share. I recommend the Bright School Academy to your friends and family. All right. So thank you so much, guys. So in our next video, we'll be discussing a whole lot. All right. So do stay tuned. Thank you.